We've currently got a special offer live now on poodlecfb.com for the launch of College Football 26. Use code KICKOFF, all caps, for $50 off the annual plan, or code KICKOFF 2025 for $5 off the monthly plan. You'll unlock exclusive spreadsheets, in-depth info, and our members-only Discord. Join hundreds of members in the fastest-growing CFB 26 community out there. Don't miss out and sign up now. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Poodle back with another CFB 26 video. In today's video, I'm going to go over a pretty insane glitch that you're not going to want to miss. So guys, before we get into the video, if you haven't already, check out poodlecfb.com. As you know, we're running a pretty special launch code right now, which is code KICKOFF. If you use code KICKOFF, all caps, you get $50 off the annual plan. And if you use code KICKOFF 2025, all caps, you get $5 off the monthly plan. Remember, the greatest part of these discounts are that they are recurring and you were grandfathered in for the lifetime of your membership. So definitely take advantage of it. You won't want to miss out. Some of the greatest and brightest minds in the community are over in that chat. All of our A/B testing, our tools, our spreadsheets, everything you could ever need to dominate and run a dynasty is all available there. Takes a lot of the effort and thinking off your plate. And a lot of your friends are probably going to accuse you of cheating. So make sure to hop on over, use the discount. You won't want to miss it, guys. If you have any questions, hit me up down below. But make sure to sign up and use one of the codes so you don't miss out on a special deal. So guys, this glitch is pretty crazy. So stay with me, follow every step of the way. So online, offline, doesn't matter. What matters here is that you follow the steps. Now, will this be frowned upon in the league? Maybe not though, because there are some caveats here, but stay tuned. So what you want to do is pick the team you want to go to. So for me, I want to go to LSU. That's my team. I'm going to go there, choose a head coach, and start with a custom coach. Big key here, do not choose Brian Kelly. You must start with a custom coach, and you can pick any of these archetypes. I'm just going to go recruiter for good practice and muscle memory because that's the one that I pick when I start mine. You can rush through this. You can always change all that later. No big deal. So come through here, sign your contract. So let's take note of a few things now so you can kind of see the before and after on this glitch. This glitch is pretty wild. You're gonna love it. You're absolutely gonna love it. It's gonna give you a huge edge in online dynasties and even offline dynasties. So come over to your coaching packages. So take a look at these pages and just remember some of the prices. So right now you come with Recruiter Unlocked for free as part of your archetype. As you see, Architect are 10. So the hybrid packages are going to start with 10 and they scale up, of course. As you know, there is dynamic pricing now, so they do scale up. And now to unlock your second base package, it's going to be 20 points, which is Motivator, or Taxation, which is 20 points. These top ones don't scale at all dynamically. They're 35 bolts. Just keep that in mind. So right now, Talent Developer's 10 as it starts, and Motivator is going to be 20. Now let's continue on with the glitch. As we go through, you're going to want to go over here to the right and go to retire your player right away. So honestly, you can probably do this pretty under the table for the most part. A lot of people may not notice it, but retire your player. Now retire from college football or create a new character. You want to create a new character. Click yes, and then keep making your way through and pick any team. It could be any team. So you may not want to choose a team that you're going to mess up in case it's like a pretty big league. So maybe you want to go to like a small school where no one's going to really notice it. Let's go to the Ball State Cardinals. I guess like just stay away from your team that you may somewhat impact. So you want to go to head coach, and you're going to want to choose their current coach. So now don't do a custom coach. Before we did custom, now you're going to do the head coach and choose their coach, sign the contract, and you're good to go. So let's go through this and see where we're at. So now we're at Ball State. Go through, and you're going to want to go over again to retire. Now, when you retire, you're going to want to click create a new character. Again, very important, do not retire from college football. Create a new character, and then you're going to click yes, and now go find your original team. So we're back to LSU. Remember, the steps here you had to have followed were to start with your original team, retire, go to a new team, take their coach, and then come back to your original team, which means LSU. So now let's go to LSU and go to choose our head coach. And as you see, Mike Mann, any archetype, level 0 is there. So your level 0 coach is still there. And that's going to be the key to this. So you're going to click him. You're going to take their current coach. And you're going to sign. And now you're back on. So when you're in this thing, you see your coach. Take note of this. When you go over to your coach abilities, now you have nothing unlocked. So you lost your initial 10. But everything came down in price. So our initial fear with this glitch, as we go through it, you're still probably wondering what this does. Our initial fear was that losing this package would scale everything up. It doesn't, because now everything costs 10. Motivator originally cost 20, and this costs 5. So you don't mess up your scale at all. So that's good. Now the next thing to keep note of is what this is on. For maximum bonus on what we're about to do, you're gonna want to put Coach XP speed setting to fastest. If you're in an offline league, it's your league, do what you want. If you're in an online league, you're the commissioner, do what you want and set it and then put it back. Your choice. But I'm not condoning any of this. Put it on fastest. Now, what you're going to want to do is after the first advance, you can set up your board if you're in an online league, wait for it. After the first advance, what's going to happen is this. Once you advance the league, you're going to get this big XP bonus for whatever reason. And the higher the setting usually indicates a higher level. In my testing, I've only gotten 15 regardless. I believe it should be fastest should impact it, but it doesn't hurt to have fastest on just in case. But you're not level 15. So you get a 15 level bonus. Well, every other coach in the game is going to be about level 3 or 4. So you're going to be 10 levels ahead. What is the difference of 10 levels? For any of you guys who have played, you should know this. Level 15 to 20 is basically what a successful first season looks like. So you essentially got your entire first year of XP up front. So when you finish this year, you might be 20, 25, 30. You're going to be way higher. So you're going to have a huge advantage in terms of all the packages you can have on your opponents. So now let's go back to coaching abilities. Now there's only one caveat to this. It is going to cost you 10 points. You are losing a total of 10 points on your build here because you have to now buy a recruiter, which you didn't start with. That is a thing. However, you don't have to wait for level 10 to unlock your next stuff. So you do get just a general head start as a whole. Last year you didn't have that problem with the unlocking things, but you do with this one. So now you look at it. Recruiter's unlocked. Motivator is back at 20, which is what it was anyways. So originally my fear was this, that if you did this glitch and recruiter was at 0, would this recruiter start at 20? Would it scale? Would motivator start at 20 anyways? Like, would this go from 10 to, like, would that be 30? But it doesn't. It actually brings it down. So the game actually accounts for your first archetype. So as you guys saw, this is 10. But when we were at 0, this was 5. So the game actually counts your first archetype that you get unlocked into the actual dynamic pricing of the system, which is actually really cool. I had very little faith that the game would do that, but it does. So basically, this is where you started at. The only difference is that now you have to buy this. So you lost 10. So let's say your maximum coaching points was 1,000 or 1,010, whatever it is. Let's say that was your max in coaching points was 1,000. You technically only have 990 points in your coach. So talking like 10, 15 seasons down the line, you will be at a 10-point disadvantage on the rest of your league mates, but that's really only one package. If you want, you could just kill a package here. You could, like, in our coach build, I have talent developer. If you want, maybe you could drop a package on one of these if you want, or you can go and not buy one other thing that I get. There's ways around this, but it does give you a pretty big advantage and a head start. In an offline league where you're trying to, like, do testing or sims or trying to just test out things, this is a great way to get a head start. Like, we're week 1, our whole league just started, right? Think about this. Everyone in your league, you're in a 32 user league. Everyone just started. We're in week 1. You have 140 points. So there's a few things you can do. First, you can increase this, which I don't really recommend going this route if you have the 140, because if you think about it, you already missed your scouting week, so maybe you don't need that. So I'd probably recommend buying Motivator and trying to max out this as quickly as possible. Why? Because if you look here, I would probably at least get the first ones in as well. You get interest boost whenever you hit a skill cap. So what this means is, every time, let's say we advance to week 2, and one of your quarterbacks or running backs did an upgrade, and they hit a skill cap, like a basic skill cap, like they're about to hit their elusiveness, you'll get an interest boost for all halfbacks you're recruiting at that time, or whatever, right? So what I'm going to do, if I do this glitch the first season, is try to get them all to level 3. Level 1 is going to help you out in season, give you interest bonus whenever you hit a skill cap, so that's cool. That helps with your current recruiting cycle. But something we never hit in year 1 is getting these all to level 3. So getting these to level 3 means that in the offseason, when you reach the training period, you're going to get a huge offseason training boost from tier 3 that you weren't going to get. Typically in season 1, especially this year where you have to get to level 10 to unlock Motivator, you're not going to be able to do that, most likely. At least you're not going to get them all. With this 140 point head start, plus a few more weeks, all you need is 16, it's 8, right? 16, 32, 48. You need 48 more points, which you're going to get between this and the end of the season, and you'll be able to have all of your positions maxed out on tier 3, and you're going to be able to actually go ahead and get off-season training boost for your entire year 1 team, when most people won't be able to do that unless they have a current day coach, which this is a horrible idea anyways. That puts you at a huge advantage for getting your team fully upgraded in that first year. Not fully upgraded, but getting the most skill points possible. Then you can come back around and do recruiter, like I said. Scouting was only good for week 1, week 0, because you could scout that week. After that, doesn't matter. So what I would do is I'd max out that and then invert it and then come back to recruiter after for the secondary season. And that's going to be huge. Not to mention you get the interest boost, you're going to get the hot hand, which helps in games, right? I wouldn't personally buy it, but the fact that you have to with this build in general when you get tier 3, so it doesn't really matter. But super awesome. You're going to get all training boosts in the offseason, and all you're losing is 10 points. So take that as you will. If you don't want to lose your 10 points, that's in there. If you do get the pre-order, if your league has the pre-order bonus on for the extra 100 points, the 10 points isn't going to matter much, because in my ideal coach build, if you haven't seen that video yet, go watch it. The 10 points, you're kind of just playing around with it at the end with the extra 100. If you don't get the extra 100 pre-order bonus and your coach or your league commissioner has that turned off, then you are at a slight, like the very slightest disadvantage, but it is a crazy good glitch. I kind of thought they'd be done with it after CFP 25. It may not be a glitch. Maybe it's a head start for whatever reason. It's like a head start to catch up. Either way, level 15 is huge. Everyone's going to be at 0 to 4 in the first few weeks. They'll be lucky to hit 10, 12, 13. Some really bad programs that have a horrible year may not pass like 7 or 8 after the first year, that don't win a lot of games. You're going to be at a huge advantage, especially because you get all that up. I don't really see a better advantage here. Like tactician, obviously nothing there is going to benefit you. Recruiting, in our ideal coach build, I don't really want tiers 2 and 3 here, so they're not going to benefit me much. And then obviously you can't get program builder or CEO yet, and you can't get talent developer, architect, or tactician, or strategist, right? Or you shouldn't get tactician, and you can't get strategist. So motivator is really the only route here that makes sense for me, and you instantly get what I believe is meta, which is getting to tier 3 right off rip in season 1. That's going to be huge. Guys, if you haven't already, go try this out. Go lab it a few times offline. You don't want to be in your online league and make a mistake here. Lab it a few times offline. Make sure that you can get it to work. Make sure that it works for you. Hopefully it's not patched by the time you watch this video. Once you get this to work a few times, you can try it in your online. And in an online league, it's the same exact process. What you want to be worried about is someone maybe seeing a coach retired or some kind of news type thing. Like in Madden, there's a transaction tab. That's really the only thing. I don't think anyone's going to question and be like, hey, I want to change teams. Actually, no, I'll stick with LSU. I'm fine. However you want to do it, again, I don't condone it, but go do what you got to do. You're still losing 10 points at the end of the day. Like the morality of it, you're still losing a little bit, but it is definitely cool and a great head start. But guys, that's about it for the video. Hope you enjoyed. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn that noty bell, give this video a big thumbs up. Can we get 500 likes in this video? I'd greatly appreciate it. And of course, guys, the place where we learn all this stuff. The reason we know all these things and we lab and we learn all these glitches, methods, tips, best practices is because of poodlecfb.com. And if you're a part of the discussion, you'll learn a lot more than just what I'm able to put out here, because there's so much more that goes into it that won't even make it into a video. Check out poodlecfb.com. Use code KICKOFF for $50 off the annual plan, all caps, or code KICKOFF 2025, all caps, for $5 off the monthly. Be a part of all of our testing, get access to all of the latest and greatest tools, spreadsheets, calculators, and everything else you need to dominate your dynasty and quite honestly be accused of cheating. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out. Peace.